Apple describes its flagship iPhone 5S as its best phone yet. Then there are the skeptics who have already decided it looks exactly the same. Its OS is doing what Android did a year ago, and its headline feature is nothing more than a gimmick. They are, of course, wrong. Apple's released a phone and an OS with meaningful upgrades and long-term potential. So not only is this an important phone, it's a bloody good one at that. Now, there's no avoiding the fact that the iPhone 5S looks practically identical to the 5. But look closer and cosmetic changes start with the home button. Look even closer and you'll notice the camera flash has doubled up. Cosmetic updates may be minor, but it's worth remembering the iPhone 5 was already the best made and arguably the best looking smartphone in the world, making the 5S just as comfortable to hold, just as uncompromisingly detailed, and we suspect just as easy to scratch. Then there's its main party trick. Some are calling the Touch ID fingerprint scanner a gimmick, but it's already a more natural way to unlock your phone and authorise iTunes and App Store purchases, and we reckon this is just the start of what it will be able to do. In use, it's pretty flawless, although there were a few occasions when the scan didn't work first time. It can register up to 5 fingers, prompting you to place and lift your finger or thumb a number of times and angles to record your print. Unlocking your phone becomes only slightly faster and more effortless, but it's undeniably awesome. It's impressively reliable, even when you challenge it with an unregistered finger or by pressing it the wrong way up. Just remember, your passcode is required to unlock the 5S after a shutdown, and if you turn off the passcode, Touch ID goes with it. Now, as we know, the 5S has the same Retina display as the 5. The 4-inch diagonal measurement and 1136 by 640 pixel resolution are both disappointingly low in comparison to the latest Full HD Android flagships, but it's still an incredible display with great contrast, punchy whites and deep blacks, plus it's still great for one-handed use. And when it comes to software, it's all change. iOS 7 is beautifully designed with subtle transparencies, cool animations and slender fonts. And it's not a radical departure, so it's still immediately recognisable. Control Center is especially welcome. Sliding up from the bottom edge of the screen, even when locked, provides quick access to the most regularly used settings. The phone wallpaper also shifts slightly as you rotate the screen, lending a sense of three-dimensionality that's enhanced by the smooth zooming transitions as you access features. It's a deceptively huge improvement over iOS 6, and mark our words, tricks and shortcuts will become second nature and difficult to live without. But the widgets and live tiles of Android and Windows Phone 8 are still missing, and it's still just the clock and calendar that offer up any immediate live information. The Today panel of the Notification Center is also disappointing. We were hoping for a Google Now rivaling selection of smart, location sensing information, but it turns out to contain a very basic weather forecast and calendar with the odd reminder. With greater app integration, this could become genuinely useful. Talking of which, it goes without saying that Apple is still streets ahead of Android when it comes to apps. Now, with its new A7 processor, the speed and graphics of the 5S are supposedly twice as fast as those of the A6 in the 5 and 5C. It's also the world's first 64-bit chip, so in theory, this means graphic-heavy gaming and complex software will process more efficiently. But other than Infinity Blade 3, nothing currently exists that will take advantage of this architecture. What we're seeing is Apple preparing itself for the steady convergence of mobiles and computers, and a future where we can use any app and do our normal day-to-day computing across any device. And while we're talking grunt, the 5S also runs OpenGL ES 3.0, which makes for what should be ridiculously brilliant gaming graphics. But until more apps are written that exploit the hardware, you won't really see the benefit. Now, the 5S is almost identical to the iPhone 5 in everyday use, so we've not had a single judder, stutter or slip up. The experience is as fast and fluid no matter how many apps you open, how much you multitask or how fast you play Temple Run. Now, moving on to its camera, and the 8-megapixel eyesight sensor is now 15% bigger than before, with larger pixels and a wide aperture of f2.2 for greater light sensitivity. What this basically means is that it's a fantastic everyday camera, and shots on the iPhone 5S are brighter and punchier than they are on the 5, and greater contrast helps reveal more detail. Colour balance is also a lot more realistic. A quiet work of genius is its True Tone flash. The usual white LED works in conjunction with an amber LED to adjust the intensity and colour temperature of the flash in real time, so you can expect more accurate skin tones and more balanced light in nighttime shots. We really like the new camera app too. It's lightning fast to open, switch settings and focus, and the screen responds smoothly to quick motion. The quickly accessed filters will be a much welcomed addition, as will its burst mode, which automatically activates with a long press on the shutter button. Now, there are a couple of features unique to the 5S thanks to its extra processing grunt. One is the aforementioned burst mode, the other is the extremely fun 120 FPS slow motion video feature. It allows you to easily choose the start and end points of the slow-mo action post-recording, and the results are smooth and judder-free, with the phone's capable image stabilisation rounding off any camera shake. These videos, like any content you capture on the 5S, are easily shared via AirDrop, email, iCloud and social media. Now, Apple's claiming 2 hours of extra talk time, which seems accurate, and we've noticed that battery drain is far slower when in standby mode, which could be down to the phone's new M7 co-processor. It monitors motion data from your gyroscope, accelerometer and compass, so the A7 chip doesn't have to, and it can apparently tell if you're moving quickly and prevents the phone from constantly trying to connect to Wi-Fi. And if you're not moving at all, it reduces all network activity to conserve power. So the iPhone 5S is more of an upgrade than it first seems, which is down to its upgraded hardware and excellent new OS. But we're not gonna lie, what we really wanted was a bigger, more pixel-packed screen with a more customizable and radical operating system. Saying that, the iPhone 5S is ingenious, powerful and forward-thinking, but it's also still stuck in its ways, so for us, Android still reigns supreme. Well, at least until the 6-inch iPhone 6 comes out.